Hello everyone. So I am currently on my way to work. Today is Saturday, it's 7 a.m. and I'm basically starting a 48-hour on-call. We do this every once in a while where we cover both Saturday and Sunday, day and night. So I am basically on duty for the next 48 hours. The way this works is that first we go to work to the morning meeting 8 o'clock, that is Saturday. It ends approximately 8:30 in the weekends because it's a bit faster. After that we go to the brief where we discuss all the good morning. The meeting ends at 8:30, then we go for the brief where we again discuss the patients that are going to be operated on, and usually this is done with the people who are going to be present in theatre. So that includes the theatre staff and the anesthesia team. We approximately start operating at, well, in most days we start operating at 9, and then we operate basically from 9 to 5. 5 o'clock we have another meeting, which is an end of day meeting, where we discuss all of the patients that were admitted during the day while we were operating, and at the same time discuss all the cases that we're going to operate on the next day. Between 5 to 9, the on-call person is usually meant to stay. However, because there are two other team members, if it's not too congested with patients or it's not a very busy shift, we get to go home by between 5 to 9 and basically wait on the phone to see if we need to come in. From 9 at night till 8 in the morning, there is a foundation year 2 trainee, which is an equivalent to an intern. They're the ones who are present overnight, and they discuss every single case with you because they need to double check the correct plans and to ensure that they're not mismanaging any patients. And because they're still fairly junior, they tend to have a lot of questions overnight, which is very acceptable because we were all that junior at some point. Thank you. So the next day I tend to go fairly early. I basically go at approximately 6 in the morning and basically have to see all the patients that were admitted overnight. That is assuming that I didn't have to go for an overnight emergency. See all the patients that were admitted, anyone who needs an operation, make sure that they're consented, and then prepare for the 8 o'clock morning meeting, which pretty much ends up being a repeat of the previous day. 8 o'clock meeting, 8:30 finish, go to the brief, operate till 5, and then again have the 5 o'clock end of day meeting. And hopefully then, if it's not too busy, go home and just basically be alert the whole day, like the whole night. Come back Monday morning, same thing, at approximately 6 in the morning. That is, again, if you're not called for an emergency. Discuss all the cases and do the ward round with the consultant for all the admissions that basically happened. And yeah, that's pretty much it. At that point, you're basically done for the day and go home, get to rest, because you were sort of awake for approximately 48 hours. So yeah, today is day 1. It's now Sunday, it's 7 in the morning, and I'm just on my way to work. See you guys later. Alright, just reached work. It's now 7:44. On my way to the meeting room and basically starting the 8 o'clock meeting. Thank you. So, just finished the morning meeting. I'm now heading for the brief where we've got 3 cases for today, so hopefully it should be a smooth day. The only time we might add to that case is basically if some if some emergencies come throughout the day, then we add them to our list. But at the moment we're looking at 3 cases, so should hopefully be a bit of a quick day. Good morning.
You mind? Drop your hand.
I'm good, yeah.
Where's your little fan? That's small.
Small,
okay.
yeah. Thank you. Alright, so I've just finished the first case and waiting for the second patient to be anesthetized. In the meantime, I basically have to write the operation note, have something to drink. I've got my tea with me, and just wait to be called to the next case. At the moment, I'm just writing my operation notes. I've got my laptop with me and I've got some tea to get a bit more energy and caffeine before the next case. 48-hour on-calls are during the daytime slightly more quiet than any other day because, the break rooms or in between theatre, it doesn't have as many staff as usual. So you get a bit more time to yourself and a bit more focus on your cases that you're doing and basically documenting or doing any admin that you need to do. I know that between the next 2 cases, I'm going to work on my clinic preparation and I can prep the next 1 or 2 weeks because I already have the schedule for the next 2 weeks. Actually, I've got the schedule for the next 4 weeks, but that can change, so I'll do the next 2 weeks prep. I'm just waiting for the patient to go off to sleep, so while anesthetics are doing their thing, I wanted to share a few productivity habits that genuinely help me survive medicine, surgery, studying and doing all the content creation, basically all at the same time. The first thing I want to say is stop depending on motivation, create automatic routines instead. And I'm sure that this is something I've mentioned before because a lot of people wait until they feel motivated to study or work, and I've noticed that it's basically unreliable, and instead you need to make sure that your tasks are a bit automatic. For example, every time you're having morning coffee, you can do 20 minutes of reading, or when you're commuting home, you can listen to lectures or a podcast or learn a new language. Before you go to bed, you can just double check your notes are okay. Basically, you need to remove decision making because when your brain has to continuously decide when to work, you will waste so much energy for that. The other thing you can do is use dead time properly. So many people think that productivity happens in long uninterrupted hours, but honestly, I noticed that in medicine that's so rare. What changed things for me is learning to use, 10 minutes before theatre or 15 minutes before waiting for clinic. That's why I arrive half an hour early. In commuting, I can listen to a podcast. While waiting for scans or any small gaps. You'd be surprised at how much studying or planning you can do in tiny pockets of time if you stop ignoring them. These small sessions accumulate massively over months. Another thing you can do is, for example, to reduce friction between you and the task that you're doing. So if something is very difficult to start, then you'll be procrastinating a lot more. So try to make starting almost effortless. For example, and these are things that I've done before, keep your study notes already open on your iPad or keep them on your desk the night before you're supposed to study. Leave your textbook, for example, bookmarked exactly where you need to start. If you're going to the gym, keep your clothes ready the night before, or if you're editing videos, save presets to, make things easier to start. It's the moment you're able to start, you can notice that productivity is more about environment design. If your environment is designed to help you be successful, you will make it. Protect your highest energy hours, because not every hour of the day is equal. You have to figure out what timing works best for your brain, because personally for me, I know that I don't function very well between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. For some reason, I can't memorize things during that time. So make sure that you recognize which hours suit you. Find your good hours for writing and memorizing and deep studying. Leave, for example, for me, 11 to 2 can be for smaller things like emails and admin and, replying to messages or doing simple paperwork. Most people, sadly, waste their sharpest hours on very low value tasks, and I just need to advise you to make sure that you're not doing that. And stop trying to do everything every single day. And this is something that really helped me a lot, because you don't have to continue every single day doing something. Not every single day has to be productive. You can choose one major task, 2 medium tasks, or even one small task, and that's it. Not the whole day has to be productive, because your body owes you owe your body rest as well. And you need to make sure that you're not feeling overwhelmed because of how much you're stacking and how much you're doing every single day. Having short, realistic lists ensures that you're a bit more consistent and more realistic in what you can accomplish. Try to learn the difference between being busy and actually progressing with your work, because you can spend all day working, but you're still not really doing anything. Real productivity is basically asking, did what I do just now move me closer to my goal, or was I just busy? Make sure that you also schedule some recovery time, because we do eventually burn out if we don't schedule rest. And if you're not resting properly, your focus will drop and your memory will not be that great. You might be a bit impatient, and even small tasks might feel heavy. So just make sure that you're also giving yourself the recovery that you need. It's not laziness, you're allowing your body to recover so that you can do a lot more in the future. You cannot be operating at full capacity continuously without maintenance. That includes maintaining your brain, your body, your health, and go on like amazing walks on the beach or just the road or anything, or go to a park. I don't know, I just wanted to share tiny bits of productivity or a few tips before I go back to my patients. We're just in the theater next door. This is an empty theater, so I've decided to just use it to share bits of knowledge. The other thing would be, whatever works for you, right? Just please remember that all of these tips that I'm sharing with you, it doesn't mean they are what you should do. It just means these are things that have worked for me, and I wanted to just share them, and hopefully it will be suitable for the rest of you. Anyways, I think my patient might be in the anesthetic room. I just need to go see if they've fallen asleep yet. This is my third case of the day. It is currently 1:45. We don't have that many cases today, unfortunately. It's only 3 cases so far, so by the time I finish this case, it might be about 3 p.m. So I have to try to see what else I can do between 3 to 5 for admin time, then attend the trauma meeting at 5. Then, if it's not too busy, hopefully I get to go home and just do my on-call from home. Well, anyway, we'll see how it goes. See ya! just finished theater, on my way downstairs to A&E so that we can do the meeting where we basically discuss the 5 p.m. meeting where all the admissions are discussed. Our operation list for today, for tomorrow is discussed, and depending on how busy it is, we'll see if I get to go home or not. All right, it's been a good day so far, alhamdulillah. He had 2 kitchen knives just embedded in his neck. Very busy night, 10 admissions.